All right, we're going trash tagging today. First time of the year. And today is a beautiful Sunday. Mid 50s. We'll get into the lower 60s, the mid 60s. And this is one of my favorite spots, Maple Lake. I did a little bit of surveying already. As you can see, I was walking for like about 10 minutes, checking it out to see how much trash there is. There's actually not that much by comparison with how much there usually is, and that's because it's a fresh spring, so not many people are out and about doing their thing and leaving trash behind. But even so, it's a good opportunity to establish a baseline for what things look like coming out of a spring and going back into a busy summer. Maple Lake ends up getting quite a bit of foot traffic and quite a lot of garbage builds up. So yeah, here's to some trash tagging. Let's take a look. What I look for is usually like plastics. Here's an example of a plastic really close to the water. Cans, things of that nature, especially plastics. As you can see, maybe in the water, it's relatively clear right now. You can see some excuse me, some cans all along the bottom there. I have boots. I might go grab those later with my boots, step in the water a little bit, but for now I just want to get the low-hanging fruit of the different plastics that I've seen and the cans that are more easily accessible for the time being. That's a little bit flooded and muddy. I've got my Converse on, so I'm going to go through and go through here where I scouted earlier and start cleaning some trash. It's a great exercise. It's fun, it's satisfying. You get to see how much trash you collect. Oh, here's a plastic fork. Here's some plastic debris of some kind. It's like pretty embedded into the ground. Sometimes you got to give it a firm shake to get it out. Let's see, is this net easily extracted from this plant? Yeah, people leave their fishing line and net like this. I'll have pliers with me next time so I can cut that off. But it's enjoyable. You get to spend time in nature and make a difference and get your exercise in at the same time. So all around, trash tagging is a win. And there's a COVID mask. I see a plastic beverage over here. You belong to me now, buddy. Looks like somebody's old flannel, shredded, just lying around. Toss that. You don't want these old articles of clothing or table wraps or whatever these are to continue to deteriorate and then, you know, pollute the water. And before I get too far off the path, because you can go in several miles in every direction here, let me just stick to the path because I saw more plastic pretty close to the water. Here's an example of some kind of cloth. Here's a plastic bag. So yeah, this is quite a workout. Usually when it's summertime or like this, I can spend several hours outside trash tagging, looking for trash. I already know there's going to be quite a bit over there. And yeah, it's one of my favorite spots. So let's take a look. Clean this up. Looks like we got people fishing and this old, it's like an old towel of some kind. Just get rid of this. It's nasty. And let me adjust my pants real quick because I forgot to tighten them properly. And I don't want my pants to loosen too much because it's not comfortable. But yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of junk left here behind by the people that were fishing prior. I see some styrofoam, I see some plastic, some glass, aluminum cans. We're gonna clean all that up, and it's not gonna make it into the water as a result. It usually gets flooded around here. Like this path here gets flooded and is not so accessible to foot traffic when it's raining, like heavy rain. And that's when a lot of these will wash into the water, into the lake. And there's a lot of people that fish, and you know, if the fish are swimming in a toxic stew consisting of plastics and dyes and fabrics, people are going to end up eating that, and that's not good. So it's a great way to spend a beautiful Sunday morning outside, get some fresh air, clean up some plastic, you know, especially the plastic straw right here. Dump that, grab this plastic here. So much plastic. As you can see, some of it is already making its way into the water. And yeah, even if it's a little biodegradable, it's still gonna end up turning into pieces. I'm skeptical how biodegradable this really is. Turns into pieces, and then, you know, wildlife gets sick, nature gets sick. So here, let's break this a little bit open to get rid of the fluids inside. And you'll see as I do this, even though there's not much today, it definitely builds up and adds up to you know, tons of pounds. And that I'm just one person cleaning this. Look at this. What is this, chapstick? So not only is it plastic, but you've got all the chemicals of the chapstick as well floating around in the water, creating like some kind of toxic sludge. Grab this plastic here. What is this, a bag? Yeah, plastic bag. More plastic. How you doing?
How's it going?
It's good to alternate hands every once in a while, because man, it does get pretty tiring. And as you can see, people are fishing. Some people are assholes, they leave their shit behind, but that's okay. That's what Log Trees is for. See, as I clean up this trash, I'm gonna count the amount of time I spent trash tagging and the approximate weight of what I find. I'm gonna count it as a Log Trees activity for logtrees.com. That's what I'm building. And because this is an exercise, because it saves a lot of pollution and makes the environment better, and because it's also a great way to decompress mentally and spend time outside in nature, it's a triple whammy of positive activities. So the goal is to log it into Log Trees, and then on the basis of the savings, to justify giving people rewards like my cryptocurrency. And it's not just cryptocurrency, there's other rewards too. Oh man, look at this. Found more plastic and right in the water. You can see how it washes off of this land, off of this path. When it becomes a little bit more flooded after a rain, it just floods and washes away, and thankfully a lot of it sticks to the close to the shore, so I can pick it off like this. But you could see how when there's more foot traffic, especially, and people don't care, they'll just leave their garbage, and then it'll cause this. And then people are trying to fish in here, people are trying to, you know, spend time with their family, like camping, picnicking, all wonderful activities. But you know, now they don't know like what their fish has been consuming. You know, has their fish been eating garbage? Has their fish been swimming around in sludge created by plastics? Even this cardboard here has a lot of packaging that looks like a cigarette pack. Has a lot of packaging, has a lot of dyes, fabrics, oils that go into producing these products. And look, it was growing right there and stifling that beautiful green offshoot right here. Now it can grow undisturbed by plastic nonsense. Let's see, what is this? Just a piece of paper? Even paper, I don't think I'll be able to get that one. Even paper, it's look, a lighter. Somebody's lighter with metals, plastics, who knows what else, dyes. Get this can. And in recent time, like last year when I came in, I did a lot of trash tagging. I would see an improvement in this type of sludge that forms on the water. Has all of this garbage like festers and attracts bugs, and you might think that's a good thing for the flora and fauna, but it's not a real it's not like real lily pads or real growth. It's many times produced by the garbage, and it's all just like a toxic sludge, you know, just festering, and people want to fish in there, you know. So that's terrible. And as you can see, we've not been doing this very long, but I'm already accumulating quite a bit of a heft here in terms of volume of garbage found. I don't usually have a scale because I just estimate how heavy all of this is by you know, just by the weight of it, because I could compare it to barbells and just have like a muscle memory of the weight. But I am going to get a scale soon. Look at this. It may seem inconsequential, but this piece of paper has inks on it, dyes. Do you really want that leaching into your water that you fish in? No, right? I don't think I do. But don't worry, that's what log trees is for. We're gonna collect all this, dispose of it, and come back and monitor. Here's another cigarette pack producing that toxic sludge I'm talking about. I call it the blight. It's one of the bosses in log trees is the blight. And the whole point of log trees is to make this fun. It's already fun. I've done this before, even without log trees, even without logging it into anything. But it's one of the activities that log trees supports because it's completely non-zero sum. Look, you're spending time outside, it's beautiful, you got your gear, and you're exercising. Check this out, my heart rate's 111 beats per minute, and I've already traversed 22 minutes and 0.36 miles. So usually on this route, if I complete this route, I don't know if I have the battery for it, and it's also not really as busy as it usually is. I might spend a couple hours out here, and you go through different elevations. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot, and it's a very good workout, and it's also very productive for the environment. So here's another plastic bag just festering right there. Here's another plastic. Plastics, man. People wonder like, oh, where are all these microplastics coming from? And it's like, well, a lot of times it's because the arteries that supply the oceans are infested. They're clogged up. They're not healthy arteries. This is a little bit of a risk here because I don't have my boots. I'm gonna go grab those on the other side if I can. I do have boots though to like be able to wade into the water a little bit, up to like my knees, and that's like a next level upgrade for log trees, which is pretty cool to be able to equip my boots instead of my Converse and head out into the water a little bit. And eventually I'm gonna upgrade my gear to get even next level boots so that I can more easily go even deeper. So yeah, as you can see, look at all this. Got this plastic. People just leave. There's like usually a garbage can like around here somewhere. People just, and there's several by the parking. People just leave their plastics, man. How ridiculous is that? People just leave their plastics right here by the water, and then a little bit of wind blows it around, and then all of a sudden the fish population declines, fish quality and health decline. The fish are not happy, the fishers are not happy, I'm not happy, nobody's happy, you see. Let's get this plastic. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's definitely a workout. Because I mean, this is already like 20 something pounds, maybe 30. And just the motion really works out your forearms, your shoulders, works out your back. Look at this. Look at this plastic right here. Growing, all this is growing so nicely, and then there's just this plastic chilling here. It's like all fragmenting and decomposing and breaking. And then people wonder, like, where are these microplastics coming from, man? Where are these microplastics coming from? Well, here are your microplastics. Here's your microplastics. It's from people that they just don't care. So yeah, let's go ahead and looks like we got this net, or a fishing line rather. Take that out and throw that out too, because it's garbage. You don't want this fishing line to be polluting anything and clogging up anything, strangling anything. So let's get rid of it. I should have brought my pliers. I just did not expect there to be fishing line everywhere so soon. But yeah, people don't care. They just don't care. And the good news is I don't care that they don't care, because this way Log Trees has something to do. And there's this plastic vial, no idea what it's for. Garbage. There's this plastic cap, garbage. Let's see if I can get some good footing. This plastic bag. Plastic bag is hard to reach. So let's get rid of this fishing line. Yeah, so there's usually people fishing. All right, get some sure footing. Grab that bottle. Some sure footing. Grab this garbage. Oh, got a little bit of water in my Converse, but it's okay. I think that's good enough. All right. How's it going? I like to collect even the cigarette butts that I see, because those are carcinogenic. We've got like garbage inside. They've got a bunch of like filtered fume garbage. So do you really want that leaking into your water? Of course not. Of course not. So when I'm able to, if I see a cigarette butt, I just grab it. You know, you don't want that to be floating around in your water. And I've seen people leave like bottles like right here along these edges, or like their cans. You see this? Man, this guy's an asshole. Whoever left this here is like a lazy asshole, dude. Grab the plastic. Grab this discarded fishing line. Prevent it from getting in the water and having fish choke on it or other wildlife. Discarded glove of some kind. Yeah, so it's a lovely day today. Lovely day, and this has to be like at least 30 pounds of garbage at this point. Maybe 20. Let's say 20, 25. I'll get a scale, because one of the data points that I'm interested in, if people were to contribute to Log Trees, is to say how much how much in terms of pounds of garbage you collected, and to get a most precise answer, you need a scale for that. Grab this can. Oh, looks like some plastic over here. Plastic bag. Look at all that. This was otherwise most of it gonna end up in the water in Maple Lake, but instead it's in my bag. So lovely day today, beautiful day.
From here to over there, right?
Let's see what else. Any other low-hanging fruit? Often I would see garbage discarded like right along here. You can see a couple little pieces like this bottle cap ring. It's plastic, so get rid of it. This fishing buoy, I don't know how to say it in English, B-U-O-Y for fishing. It's plastic. Now it's gone. Let's see if I can reach this plastic bag. Yes. Plastic bag. Do you really want all this plastic in the water? I know I don't. I mean, people fish here, as you can see. They try to get sustenance from this lake, so we cannot be letting this plastic in the water like that. What else? Here's a bottle cap. Grab this bottle cap. No more bottle caps, see? Grab this other plastic bag, unless it's like really tightly wound around that branch. Yeah, it's tightly wound. If I had my my gloves, I'd be able to get it. I'd get that can. Looks like that can's been there for a while. Get this lid, plastic lid. You see, people leave this behind. They don't care. But it's all right. We got log trees now. Oh man, this is quite hefty. Check this out. What is this? Little alcohol bottle. Get rid of this. It's a little slippery. I need to replace my my gripper. I've been using it since last year. Grab this chip bag. Just a chip bag, you might think, but no, it's actually worse than that. It's got ink, it's got dyes, chemical treatments. You want those leaching into the water? Or do you want pristine water, clean water that you can fish from and maybe even drink from? Here's a smushed up can. There's a Snickers wrapper in the water. There's this plastic bottle almost in the water. Let me grab it before it gets into the water. So yeah, this is a pretty solid haul so far. What is this right here? It's a piece of paper, red piece of paper. That plastic bag looks buried. Grab this paper from here. One less piece of paper bleeding off into the water, like having all of its ink bleeding off into the water. Grab this plastic bag as well. Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah. You can see some seaweed. Well, if this branch doesn't want to let go of the bag, it's going in the garbage too. It's usually fairly quiet, except as you get closer to the parking, you might hear like assholes with really loud cars driving by. Sometimes they make noise on purpose, which is, you know, oh well, it's fine. I mostly care about the what makes it into the water. But yeah, there's a lot of people doing great work to clean up the oceans of a lot of garbage. But if you don't cut it off from the source, which is all these lakes bleed into rivers, which bleed into the oceans, you have to clean up the arteries too, because otherwise it's just gonna keep, the arteries are just gonna keep pumping plastics and microplastics into the broader ecosystem. So this is what Log Trees is designed to help with, things like this, including planting trees. Here's another fishing line. You know, you could plant trees in log trees, you can register plants, and soon other activities, and you get rewarded. As you do these activities, you get nuts, and the nuts have different functionalities, including unlocking things for you. And one of the functionalities is to redeem the nuts for my cryptocurrency, which is called rainbows. So I'm sharing all this in case anybody's watching this far, or at least for the algorithm. And my goal is to ensure that one day Log Trees supports a lot of activities. Are those mushrooms? Are these mushrooms? Yeah, some kind of mushroom. That's interesting. Well, that makes sense. Oh hey, piece of plastic. It's a plastic, it's a Panda Express fortune cookie wrapper. Grab this red plastic. Beautiful day today. Beautiful day, and the water is a little cleaner now as a result. This is a little flooded, so I'm gonna go around, but let me see if I can reach this. Oh yeah, check this out. You know, people just leaving their vodka bottle. So let's dump it. I don't know, like, if there's any kind of recycling credit available. People might benefit that way from Log Trees as well, because if you can, look at this plastic cap, if you can recycle some of this and get money that way too, that would be amazing. But that's up to your local jurisdiction how that works. For me, I just care to dispose of it. All this plastic, a lot of the plastic is easy to identify because it's not natural colors. It's like this blue